So. All right, so David, there's a new
Yeah.
marvelous show upon us. It is rising, much like the moon. That is the shittiest joke I could think of off the top of my head. I was not prepared for this.
Fuck.
I don't know. That was
There's
that's
a
what
new night in town.
that. Yeah,
The moon.
there's a new Moon Knight in town. Mother. Yeah, anyway, yeah, the new Moon Knight TV show. The first episode has happened. It has
Yeah.
happened upon us.
Yeah.
Uh, first thoughts.
Honestly, I think freaking so far Moon Knight is like just the first episode, just how they initially started it out was great.
Oh, the guy putting glass in his shoes.
Yes.
So okay, so that is Arthur Harrow or Hollowo. So he's only been in the comic once, and like they clearly like rewrote him as a character because in the comic, he's just a guy who found like a bunch of Nazi journals and is like, ah yes, I'm gonna do all these Nazi experiments on victims. And Moon Knight comes in and is like, can you not? Thank you. Like fuck off.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, and apparently that was also like his idea too. Like the
Yeah.
actor playing him, he was like, yeah, no, it's okay if I walk around with glass in my shoes. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. I mean, like, just overall, the very first episode of Moon Knight was amazing.
Yeah. So I guess we'll get into like the basic plot of it for anyone who is watching this for anyone who watched this without watching the show, which makes zero fucking sense. Yeah. So it
Exactly.
opens with Stephen
Go
Grant.
watch the show first.
Fair enough. Yeah. Watch this first, then watch the show, and just see how right we are about it.
Hmm.
Yeah. No. So yeah, it opens up with Stephen Grant, who's I guess similar to like the Stephen Grant Moon Knight persona in the comics, except for Stephen Grant's like a fucking billionaire in the comics. Like he's this like rich. I don't know if they might change that down the line, like might make him the billionaire or whatever. But I feel like a part of this they changed it because they're like, yeah, let's not have another Batman type character.
Yeah.
Which for the longest time Moon Knight was considered like Marvel's Batman. Yeah,
Yeah.
anyway though, so yeah, honestly though, yeah, the opening of it's quite good though. I just love like it has like this weird like rom com opening thing in my opinion. Like it's that guy who's
Yeah.
constantly asleep and he can never get a good night's rest. But if he meets the right woman, he'll fall asleep perfectly. Like I felt like that kind of shit in the opening.
Yeah, it does feel like that kind of
Yeah,
rom-com.
and so let's clarify something. So the other personality, Mark Spector, he asked out a woman, right?
Yeah.
But he asked her out has Stephen Grant, but so like did he put on like a fake British accent or some shit?
Probably.
I just
Just look like, oh, look at me, I'm a British bitch.
oh, British bitch. Oh my god. Yeah, no, but like I just love that there's that dude, and the editing style of it is quite great too.
Uh,
I love that we like kind of never really get to see what Mark did.
I don't know, definitely not.
Like I love that we're only seeing it from Steven's perspective. Which, by the way, imagine they did that the whole fucking series. Imagine if we never saw Moon Knight fight once, except for like the last episode or some shit. How pissed would people be?
Yeah. People would be very pissed because usually, because when you think about Moon Knight, you just think of how like, how he just wrecks people.
Yeah, just how brutal he is. Oh my god, and this is like it's funny actually. So obviously you saw all the amounts of blood in this show, right?
Yes.
What's interesting about that is that recently Disney Plus just removed all the blood from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting that they're like, yeah, we're gonna give you Moon Knight, which is gonna be our most like brutal like Disney Plus show. Has
But
their has
guess
their
what?
has their removing blood and gore from another show, which I think is really fascinating.
Actually, because what they changed that now, because now freaking my account has a pin on it that I set myself because now it's allowing more non-age appropriate shows on Disney.
Right, yeah, no, I know I got that option where it's like, would you like to watch more, whatever? And I'm just like, sure. What it was? Is Disney buying? Is Disney buying Pornhub? What's going on? Yeah, sure.
Totally. The next thing we're going to just see is Moon Knight XXX.
I guarantee you, if I went on Pornhub right now, one of the first things on their homepage would be a Moon Knight parody. Come on,
Oh my
just
God,
three guys
you're
in a
right.
Moon Knight costume going at one person. Well, that's the three
Uh,
personalities. Oh, speaking of which, so here's the interesting thing about the show and the trailer and everything is that we see Stephen Grant, we see we kind of see Mark Spector because he's in we see him in the mirror at the end and the reflections and stuff. We see Moon Knight at the end. We know from promotion material that we're going to see Mr. Midnight, who for you who doesn't know David, or for the audience who doesn't know, Mr. Midnight's like kind of it's weird. It's like another vigilante persona, but he's more like detective like. And I think in one
yeah.
comic he starts fist fighting ghosts. That's an actual thing that happens. Um,
Mm,
but I think that might be Stephen Grant's persona or whatever, or his vigilante version. But the
yeah.
one the one persona we haven't heard anything from or we haven't seen anything is Jake Lockley, who's like a cab driver who like Mark turns into to go do like under crime and and like undercover work, which I think it's
Yeah.
which I like how familiar are you with the Moon Knight character though, like comic wise?
Comic wise, I mean, I'm pretty decent into it, so like, well, I know most of the fucking personas.
Yeah, so like I'm curious if they're just not going to show Jake Lockley or not. Like, would you want to see the guy with
I'm
the cab driver?
I would actually like to see the cab driver persona.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, but going back to freaking the first episode, I love how like it breaks from like him like trying to stay awake and stay in control to him just in the freaking middle of a field in the god's damn middle of nowhere.
yeah, no, like yeah, that's like Sweden or something. Yeah, like and you can tell like so I guess he jumped out the window and that's why his jaws is located. So like he hit the ground and that kind of
Yeah.
like knocked him back into Steven. Oh, and I love that
Yeah.
God, I love that the god just hates Steven. He's just like, "Oh, it's the
Yeah.
fucking idiots in
Uh,
control."
yeah. It's the idiot or the parasite.
Yeah, or the worm.
Yeah.
Yeah, which yeah, Kamashi just dude, I love the voice of him too. Of the god, it's just so great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
fucking
love how like freaking like with Steven, he honestly has like no idea who it is either. Like why he's there or anything.
he was looking around in the field like, "Who the fuck?"
Yeah, he's like, how the hell did I get here? And he just looks up and see like the bad guy. And I love how like they don't lead it off with like the people just instantly shooting at him. It's just a lull in the action.
You know what's really weird though? It's really weird that he's in like he's clearly in Europe or Sweden or some shit, but yet everyone there speaks English.
Yeah,
Or maybe that's just the way Steven perceives it, because maybe like because of one of his other personas, he does understand that language. But yeah, it's so weird. Oh yeah, and then I guess we should get to the whole we should get to the whole Arthur how he pretty much just kills a woman because he's like, oh yeah, no, you've never done anything bad in your life, but there's a small chance you might do something bad in the future, so I'm just gonna end you now.
yeah.
Yeah, which again I thought that
Yeah.
was really interesting. Yeah, so he
The classic
apparently
township for you, though.
yeah I guess he like worships the god, or he's or he might be in the same boat as Mark, where he's the where Khonshu chose him as the avatar or whatever. But he's I believe the god's called Amon.
Yeah,
Yeah, who's
Ahmet.
like yeah, who's like what'd you say?
Ahmet.
Amet. Yeah, it's like half
You have to
hippopotamus,
remember the freaking
half lion, and like half alligator.
yeah.
Oh, dude, and then dude, so yeah, I just that character though, I honestly like that they're like, yeah, we're gonna use this really just clearly a villain no one's gonna remember, and let's bring him back, turn him into something better. So I definitely like that, and then I love when we do see Khonshu though, like
Oh yeah,
in the elevator, him coming down him at the halls.
picking on the bus.
Yeah, no, I love his appearance though. It's quite. I love that you can see the cobwebs like in his skull and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's I don't know. I think it's a quite beautiful design, and then it's obviously close to the comics.
Well, because the thing is like it accentuates like that the like most of the Egyptian gods as albeit freaking most of them all like mainly human-ish to an extent. There are some that are mainly personify their spirits of power.
Okay.
Like Bast, the goddess of cats, looks like a big giant cat.
Yeah, but another interesting thing I thought about though is that I like that Steve's apparently a vegetarian, but Mark isn't. Because again, he goes to the steakhouse for that date, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, no, like why are you late?" And she's like, "Asshole, I was there 2 days ago." He goes, "No, I'm."
No, it's Friday.
Yeah, I know. I love that. Yeah, I love. I. But like that is a that has to be a genuinely like terrifying concept to like wake up and you're like, oh yeah, it's Friday. And you go do something like, dude, it's Sunday. Like the bank's closed or whatever the fuck, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay. But I guess realistically, yeah, it would have had to taken him a day or two to get to that fucking Swedish village or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's probably because of like COVID releases and stuff, but there's something about this show versus the other shows. Like this one feels more like open. Like I actually feel like I could actually like feel the warmth and like the realness of them being outside. Like cuz you can tell like not all these places are an actual set.
Yeah.
And so interesting fact by the way. So the museum that he works at, the outside of that is actually a museum in Budapest, but they changed the lettering and they obviously use CGI and special effects to change it, but it's meant to be, oh no, in this universe this is the Museum of England or yeah.
Yeah.
But overall though, I think the first episode was good. I love that we don't really see Moon Knight fight. I love that the ending is just it's all for interpretation.
Yeah.
Like like the jackal I love that you see it like try to claw away like a cartoon dog from like Tom
Yeah.
and Jerry or some shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, picking like those cartoon things like, no, no, I don't want to go. No. Then just still gets dragged in.
I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Well,
supposed to.
because like that also like hints at Moon Knight's like capabilities and how terrifying he is. Because jackals, they work for the god of death Anubis,
Mm,
and what they are tasked to do is to bring discord, chaos, and torture those who they are sent after.
yeah.
And so basically, they're supposed to be fearless. Yet you see this jackal trying to get the hell away from whoever's in the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, Moon Knight's always been he's always been considered like one of the more like brutal, DC characters. Like he's
Yeah.
up there with the Punisher and those sorts of people. There is one final thing I do want to like talk about though. So,
Yeah.
before I get into this, what would you rate this episode? Like one
I
out
would
of, one
rate.
out of 10 moons.
Okay. I'm giving this a full-on 10 moons.
Really?
Yes, because how I perceive it is like because they suck you into it by just introducing this like modern everyday Joe. Like you think like, oh, like he's doing this, like he's struggling with work. Everyone can relate to that. And then like as like halfway through the episode, it just gets hardcore into this shit on, and just starts like you start like piecing it all together.
Yeah, yeah, because I honestly, when watching it, I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna like watch him like try to stay awake. We're gonna watch him, because honestly, I really thought it was gonna go in the direction of he's gonna wake up, a bunch of shit's gonna be changed. He's gonna try to figure out what's happening. He's gonna keep doing that. but
Yeah.
it immediately goes into, no, you're outside in fucking Sweden or some part of Europe, and I'm like, okay, that's what the fuck. Okay, interesting. I like this.
Yeah. And you could even see like every time he freaking like switched too from just Steven to Mulk or to like Moon Knight as well. Like you would like physically see his reaction of him
Oh,
switching.
when he has that beetle scarab thing in his hand, he's trying to hand it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love that scene. I think that might be I
Oh
did
yeah.
the like the acting in that is so great because I love that he's just like, I'm really sorry, here you go, and as he tries to grab
Yeah.
it, he immediately like, turns around, and then did you notice the little stomp he does when he walks away?
Yeah.
Which looking at footage of how Khonshu walks, I'm really curious if that was Khonshu controlling him or Mark. I don't think Khonshu. I don't know if Khonshu has actual any real control over Mark. I think it's more like a mind thing. But
Yeah.
I just the way he walked away, he's just like, up, sorry, sorry. It's just like that's
Yeah.
so great. I love it.
He's like, I'm telling my legs to stop moving.
I'm trying to give this to you, and I love that he's like trying to pry open his own fingers. Oh, dude, that just the
Yeah.
body acting
To be
that is
honest,
so great.
I was half expecting him, like when he started prying to open his own fingers, I was half expecting him to close with just the middle finger still up.
Or
I was
honestly,
half expecting.
yeah, it would have been amazing if it was like something like I was really expecting like something like Evil Dead 2 where he just starts fighting himself, just like slapping him. It's like what the fuck? I'm surprised they didn't
Yeah.
go with that like classic thing.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I honestly yeah I think I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Honestly, I think it keeps you wondering, keeps you expecting. It makes me interested. I definitely want to watch the next episode when it drops.
Exactly.
Uh, yeah, it was just constantly interesting. So yeah, me and David will be doing we'll do a review and a talk about every episode that when they come out. Because hold on, actually I think this is actually a perfect summary of just like me texting about this show. Hold on, let me just go ahead and go to my messages with you. I should have opened the episode with this, damn it. Anyway, I was
Yeah, you
like,
should have.
I should have texted you and I was like, have you watched this was like what, Thursday? I was like, hey, have you watched Moon Knight yet? And you were like,
Yeah.
this was at like 10 o'clock at night. You're like, no, not yet. And then at 7:12 a.m. the next morning, you were like, just finished the first episode of Moon Knight, and holy shit, it was good. That was
Yeah.
like I didn't
Full
reply
cap
to you or
too.
anything. You watched it, remembered me texting you, and immediately replied back.
Yeah.
But anyway, though, yeah, I think it's a quite good show. For anyone out there who has not seen it yet, go get yourself a Disney Plus subscription, or steal David's information on the internet like I do.
Hey, fuck you.
Stealing all that information. David asked me what I wanted for my birthday last year. I said your social security card information. He said, "Here you go," and I was like, "Thank you, buddy." And next thing you
Yeah.
know, now Dave,
Is that what friends are for?
yeah, now David's slowly losing money over time, and I'm gaining all the benefits. Yeah, but thank you guys for watching. I'm
And
Husky.
as always, stay cool, stay nerdy, stay chill.
Is that your outro? I thought it was Nerd Table Forever.
That and then now it's no tape forever.
Okay.
No table forever.
See you next time.